I am back again. This is Imani Dillard, the founder of the Imani Dillard Show, and I want to thank you guys for clicking subscribe, clicking like, clicking share, and making comments. Thank you for the support. Um, I appreciate the support. Today at 8 p.m., I will have a guest on my YouTube, a songwriter producer, Blaq Rose. His real name is Roosevelt Griffin Jr., but his stage name is Blaq Rose. All right.
Saying Blaq Rose. You
What?
saying Blake Rose?
Blaq Rose. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's,
It's Blaq Rose.
no, it's black. It's black, like the color.
Oh, it's black. Oh, it's
Yes,
Black
ma'am.
Rose.
Yes,
Okay. Sorry, you
ma'am.
guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everyone. It's not Black Rose. It's Blake. It's Black Rose. Black.
It's not Blake. It's black.
Black, black. Okay,
Yes,
okay. So everybody, his name is Blaq Rose. That's his stage
yes,
name,
indeed.
Black
Absolutely.
Rose.
You
Okay,
don't have to.
you
You don't
spelled
have to
it
give my
different. That's
government name.
why, huh?
Right. I said you don't have to give my government name out though.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding with you. Yeah,
So how you
I'm just
been?
kidding.
How you doing? Good.
I'm doing
Well,
pretty
welcome.
good, dude. I'm doing pretty good.
Good,
Doing pretty
good.
good. Yeah, I'm in my
All right.
car. I was doing a little handling a few little things, but we can still make it happen.
Okay, so it's Black Rose. Okay, I
It's
like that.
Black Rose,
And
yes.
yeah, and it's spelled different too. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Black Rose, welcome to the Imani Dillard Show, live on my YouTube podcast channel. It's
Yeah.
connected on my Red Stream. So today I want to talk about how was it growing up in Youngstown, Ohio, and also I want to know about history about your church, New Hope
Mm-hmm.
Baptist
Hmm.
Church, and then your music career.
Yes, yes. Okay. Sounds good. That sounds good. Well, growing up in Youngstown, that's what you said you want to know about. Growing up in
Mm-hmm.
Youngstown. I mean, it's a blue collar town, you know what I mean? It's hard workers here, you know. Basically, it's I mean all hoods are the same really everywhere you go, but just different little things happen in it. But I grew up in the hood, and I also grew up in the like suburban type of area, like where I was. It was like the middle, like the middle. Either way you go, but when I was born, I was born. We call it down the hill. I was born. I lived in
Mm-hmm.
the hill, so and but it was tough. I played sports coming up, football, basketball, boys club, went to the boys club, played for the, little league football teams, Youngstown Penguins, and all at the same time I was singing though from church.
Okay.
I went to church. I went to New Hope Baptist Church on the east side of Youngstown. Reverend Joe Bankston at the time,
Okay.
was the reverend, was the pastor, and um, my father, he was like one of the main singers around in Youngstown, Ohio, like far as gospel music. And my uncle is Billy Beck, that from the Ohio Players. He also played the keyboard at the church. So you
Okay.
know we got a long lineage of musical people in our family, and friends, and all my friends singers, or athletes, or you know my whole family sings. My whole family, I got guys that instrumentalists in my family, drummers, guitars, and I play all those instruments too. So growing up was great. I just never really had time to do anything, other than sing and sports and school. You know what I mean? Like I would come home sometime on the weekend from singing with my family. my family quartet gospel group, we might come home Sunday at or Monday, I would say at 4 a.m., but I still got to get up at 7, so and go to school.
For school.
Yeah, I was like, Dad, can I stay home? Nah, you got to go to school. So you know, and then
Yeah.
all week I got football practice, choir practice at school, choir practice at church. I
So
played
you was
for
busy.
yeah, I was busy all the time. And I really never either I never really even realized it going through it. You just do it. You're just doing it. You're not even realizing, man, I'm never really free. Like I'm always doing something, Bible class, and your parents want you to be involved in everything in the church. So it was just, I won't say it was hard. I wouldn't change anything about my childhood. It wasn't hard. I mean, if it was, my parents made sure that I didn't know that. We didn't know that as kids.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
beautiful childhood, beautiful childhood.
Okay. So what was your first song you used to sing as a little
Mm.
boy at your church?
Well, the first song I used to sing in the little kids choir called the Rosebuds, and
Okay.
and my father used to sing a song with the family group every time we go somewhere. He would always sing "Precious Lord," so I wanted to sing it in
Oh
my
yeah, that's the
yeah.
song.
I wanted to sing it in my choir. Whoa, that ain't no gunshots, by the way. That's somebody tired. If you heard that,
Oh, oh,
yeah,
that
that
was
wasn't
rain.
gunshots. I
Okay,
am
no
not in the
gunshots.
hood.
All
I
right,
am
we're
not in the
good.
hood right now. I'm not in the hood right
Okay,
now.
you in the city,
Yeah,
in
I'm
Youngstown,
in
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
So you
yes,
still live in Youngstown? Okay.
absolutely. Yeah. So I wanted to sing Precious Lord in the choir, in the church choir, and they said okay, but they had never really heard me sing a solo, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I sang the solo, and the church went wild. They went crazy. They caught the spirit, the Holy Ghost. They caught
Mm-hmm.
everything. So from that
Mm-hmm.
from that point on, I started singing more. Singing more songs, and leading more songs in the choir, and then later on, I ended up me and my dad started singing more songs in the group together. So I started being a singer instead of just a musician. You know, and I learned how to play the guitar at like 6 years old. So you know, no, and I never was really taught. I never really went to school for it, or I just
It was a
God just gave
gift.
it to me. Yeah, He gave me the gift, and I picked it up, and I watched people, and I listened, and I just learned it. I
Mm-hmm.
went to music guitar classes for like maybe a week or two, and the guy was telling my mom, you're wasting your money. He's coming in here showing me stuff. So she kind of like took me out of that, but I kind of wish I'd have stayed a little bit, but I learned how to ended up learning how to play the keyboard and piano, just from ear by ear. So yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Hmm.
Reading your bio, you had a group called in the 90s, Friends. And
Yes.
then you guys traveled the world and you guys knew, you
That was
guys
a
met.
gospel group. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a gospel.
gospel group. Yeah, tell me
Mhm.
about your group Friends.
Oh wow.
Tell me the history about that.
I mean, well, we just in high school, we started a group. I started a group named Friends. It was a gospel group. It was like at that time commission and the whiners were like major groups, gospel
Oh,
groups,
yeah. Oh,
contemporary
yeah.
gospel groups, and we like that sound, and we was not really trying to sing R&B at the time. We was trying to stay gospel,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
that was a sound that caught our ear, so we started catering our sound towards more commission and whinings and contemporary gospel, and we came up with a group, 4-member group, and we just started singing around the town, and people started liking us, loving us, hearing about us, and it started spreading all over Ohio. And we just started, becoming a force to be reckoned with around. And then
Mm-hmm.
finally, that group we went to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. This was the '90s, like you said. Um, we went to a Black Expo that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis always threw every year. They stopped doing it, but we have ran into Mint Condition and low key groups like that. We ran into Donnell Jones. He had a group called Porsche at the time, and we just um, we just started. At that convention, we end up running to us in the bathroom, warming up, singing the Lord's Prayer, and the guy a guy walks in from Sony Records and he hears us and he's like, "That's amazing! I never really heard nothing like that." You know, I want you guys to come sing for my boss. So we sang for his boss. Donnell Jones was in the hallway at the time
Wow,
while he
don't
was
know
singing.
Jones.
Yeah, and he was crying when we got done singing.
Wow.
He was trying to get put on too at the time. He was there trying to get put on with his group, but he was crying. He was with his girl. He was like, "Man, I ain't never heard nothing like that before in my life. Is beautiful." You know what I mean? So from that point, we ended up switching things up, and we became an R&B group. And we had looked for a name and tried to come up with a name. We came up with Who's Who that ended up eventually getting signed to Dr. Dre. So
Okay.
yeah, we came up with that name because I was in a magazine called Who's Who Among American Athletes out here, and another one of my guys in the group, he was in for Who's Who Among American Scholars. So we was like, hey, why not just call the group Who's Who? So we ran with that. We ended up getting signed to Aftermath Records right after Dre left. Dr. Dre left Death Row. We was one of the first groups he signed. So you know,
So how you guys met Dr. Dre?
you said did we meet him?
Know how you guys met Dr. Dre?
Oh, um, actually, we had signed to a independent label before
Okay.
Dre. It was called Longevity Records. It
Okay.
was run by a guy out in California by the name of David Minifield, and we signed to those guys, and we did a record. And I don't know if you remember the rapper Lady of Rage. She was on Death Row Records. She had the Afro puffs. I
Mm-hmm.
rock rough and stuff with my
Yep.
Afro puff.
Yep.
Her, she used to come to our house with she used to come to our house with the secretary of our label.
Okay.
They were like best friends, and she was laying on the floor one day listening to our music, and she started crying. It was a song that came on.
Oh
She
wow.
started crying. She was like, "Oh my God, I gotta let Dre hear this." So
Mm-hmm.
she let Dre hear it, and the rest was history. One of my guys went over to Dre's house and listened to the music. I don't know where I was at. I don't even remember. I was somewhere, but I should have been there. But he listened to the music. Dre and Warren G. They both were there, and Warren G was like, Dre act like yeah, that's corny, because hip hop. But
Mm-hmm.
he left out the room, and Warren G said to my boy Rodney, he said, "Nah, he loved that. Trust me, he loved that. He gonna sign y'all. Watch."
And how
Next
was
thing you,
it? Yeah.
next
And
thing you
how
know, we
was
ended up getting signed.
okay? That's how you guys got signed. How was it working with Dr. Dre?
I mean, he
Cause
gave
he's a.
us a lot. He's a cool dude. Like he's a good dude,
Mm-hmm.
but he don't he don't he don't take no funny. Ain't no stuff. He gets down to business. When it's time to record, he want to record. He don't want to be playing no games or nothing like that. You know, he's serious. He's a stickler. You know what I mean? Like Dre might do 20 beats or 20 songs, and you might never ever hear him. That's how he's so particular, I would say, about things. But he gave us a lot of good gems, especially as a producer and a songwriter. He gave me a lot of good tips and a lot of good things to look for and what you want to hear as a producer. You're
Okay.
not. He taught me that you're not just there for the to produce that music. You're there to produce the song as a
Mm-hmm.
whole. You know what I mean? You're responsible for. the sound of everything that's on that record that you're doing. So, and if anything is wrong, it's your fault. So, you know,
Okay.
he just taught us a lot of gems. That's all.
Okay.
It
How
it
many
was a
song?
pleasure working with him though.
How many songs that you guys record together? And what was the name of the songs?
We recorded about uh I want to say about 5 or 6 songs he
Five or
had
six songs.
that
Okay.
he put on the record that we were supposed to, come out with. He did about 5 or 6 songs. We did a song called oh man, I can't even think of the name of the songs. Mm, Oh man, I can remember it, but I don't remember what the name of
It's
the
okay. It's okay.
actual song. We had one song called "Kick It Tonight"
Okay.
that we did with him. We actually had a song called "Girls"
Okay.
before Jay-Z had the girls. We had a song called "Girls" too.
Okay.
That was super dope. It was, yeah,
Okay.
super dope. Um, what else did we do with him? Um, Tell Me How You Want. We had this song called "Tell Me How You Want It."
Okay.
I actually produced it, but Dre came in and did some things on it. We had a song called "Four More Seconds."
Okay.
Yeah, 4 more seconds to live. Like what you would want to do, before that happened. Like you want to be with this female. If you have 4 more seconds to live, you still. It was dope though. It was a dope song.
Okay.
Yeah, we did a dope record over there. I mean, all he had to do was put it out. But if you if you don't do certain things or be with certain things that's happening in the industry, you might not get your record put out.
Hmm. I
I just
guess
leave it like that.
yeah, I guess when he saw you guys, he felt like, and hey, only thing I have to do is record the songs because you guys were prepared. Y'all did y'all
Right,
homework and y'all was
right.
ready, and
We
y'all
was
had y'all
already
game
ready.
face on, and y'all had the voices,
Hmm.
and y'all
Yeah,
knew how to sing. So you
yeah,
guys was prepared to work with any producer, and Dr. Dre felt like,
absolutely,
okay, I can work with them.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't have to teach them how to sing or write. They
hmm,
got it.
yeah. And
Yeah.
he also the sound that we had was, because I had this talk with Dre, with Dr. Dre, with DJ Battlecat, with DJ Quick, that their sound, the West Coast sound, really is comes from Ohio,
Okay.
from the Midwest, definitely, because they got
Mhm.
a lot of that Zap Roger Troutman sound, that's Ohio,
They
and he
learned from
had,
us.
yeah, the Ohio players, they had to
Yep.
agree with me. They
The
had to
Ohio
agree with me.
groups. Yep.
Yeah, they had to agree with me, and that's probably what drew Dre to our sound, because we already
Mhm.
had that sound. It was gothic. It was eerie. We had that eerie dark sound already, so he liked that. That's what he done anyway. That's what he's always done. So he liked that about us. That's what kind of got us signed, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how you met? I see you wrote songs for popular groups back then.
Hmm.
Hi-Fi, Casey and JoJo, Jodeci. How was that?
Man, that experience was crazy because how did I get that situation? I got
Yeah.
that situation from actually this girl named Monica. Um, what is Monica's last name? I can't think of her last name, but she was in a group on Uptown Records called The Girls. I think
Okay, the girls.
that's what they
Okay.
was called. Yeah, or the Good Girls. It's either the Good Girls or the Girls. I think it was the Girls. But we had met her some years prior to signing the Dre and moving out to Cali. We met her with Heavy D and a few Monica. No, what is Monica's last name? I don't remember her last name, but she actually used to date Too Short, and they was on that show when the couples come, couples retreat or whatever. She was on that show with Too Short.
I think I know you talking about.
But
Okay,
anyway,
I just can't think of. I can't think
anyway,
of the
I
name of
was
the show.
actually working on the record. Yeah, I was actually working on a record for another group called Third Story that was signed to DreamWorks Records
Okay.
at back then. Yeah, it was. I think it was. What's that dude name? I'm bad with names
No,
right
you're
now for
okay.
some
Hey,
reason.
same here.
I forgot was it Jason. He ended up coming out with a solo record.
Jason.
This guy
Okay.
named Jason. Yeah, it was. But it was a guy named Gavin in the group. But there was it was a nice little group though, and I was working on a record for him, a song for him, and the girl Monica that I said I knew from New York, she just happened to be in L.A. in the same studio, and she walked past my studio, and she heard it, but she kept walking up to the bathroom, so I had to use the bathroom. We like bumped into each other. She was like, "Bro," I was like, "Monica, what's up?" She was like, "All right, that's you in there." She was like, "I knew that voice sound familiar." She was like, "I can get that song to Casey and JoJo like that." And I was like, she's like, "That's what it reminded me of." I said, "Well, hey, have at it." And she ended up doing that. And the rest was history. I ended up doing like two songs on that Tell Me It's Real record. I played on Tell Me It's Real, sang on Tell Me
I
It's
want to get
Real.
to know you.
Um, I Want to Get to Know You. I produced and
And no
wrote that,
second
sang on
chance.
it, and Hello Darling. Hello
Okay.
Darling was the other song on it.
Okay.
No Second Chance was a song on Dre's Aftermath.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
then
produced that
okay.
too.
So how you met Hi-Fi? Because you wrote
Mhm.
songs for them too.
Well, I wrote something recently for
Just
High
with Hi-Fi.
Five
Okay.
that yeah, that's gonna go on their new situation, their new record and everything. I met them through a mutual friend. This girl I knew out in Sacramento. I met when Levert did a show out there. I met her, and she like wanted to hear what I did, and I let her hear it, and she was like, "I can hook you up with High Five. They're looking for somebody." Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
So Tristan ended up calling me from High Five and sending me a record, and I wrote it like just like that, probably in like 2 hours.
Wow.
Sent it back, sent it back, and he was like, "Oh my god!" So I wrote it and recorded it, everything in like 2 hours. Sent it back, and now it's on their record.
Yeah, okay.
So
And the name of the
yeah,
song was.
the name of the song is I don't know what they're gonna name it,
Okay.
but I call it
It's going to be released
okay.
this year, or
Give Me Your
Give Me
Love.
Your
That's what it's
Love.
called. Give Me
Okay.
Your Love.
Okay. And it's going to be on
Yeah,
all
that's what they're gonna
platforms.
call it too.
Apple Music,
Yes,
Spotify, YouTube
absolutely,
Music. Okay. I'll keep my eye on it. Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
His song is so dope. If they end up not wanting to do it or something happening and it don't come out, I'm gonna do it
Do
myself.
it. Do it. And we can talk about it on here. I said everybody, Blaq
Yeah,
Rose, he got a new single
absolutely.
out.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
indeed.
That's all I'm
Indeed.
here for, to support. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
So
yeah.
that's how I ended up. That's how I ended up getting the KC and JoJo first joint. Was through that girl, but also my manager at the time was Casey and JoJo's uh managers best. They was like homies. They roomed together in college, so that kind of sealed the deal for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was like, oh yeah, that y'all listening to Rose's music.
Mm-hmm.
That's my client.
And you
You know
still
what I
stay in
mean?
touch
So
with
y'all want
them?
to do that? Let's
Okay.
do it
You still stay in touch with?
with K
Yeah.
and Joe. I was on the road with him up
I
until
saw
like
that. I saw you was
maybe
singing with
2 years
them.
ago.
Yeah. I said,
Yeah,
look at.
yeah. I was actually leading, doing some
Yeah.
leads because Casey was sick, but that situation went a different way. So, but I haven't talked to him. I talked to
Okay.
Dalvin more recently than I talked to anybody else.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
I
good. You got
mean,
the opportunity to
I could
work with
call him
them
if I
though.
want
That's
to.
awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. I
Yeah.
appreciate them for that
All
too.
right. And I saw
Yeah.
reading your bio, you used to sing with Lavert, and you work with Anthony Hamilton, the
Yep.
OJs,
Yep.
Christina,
Yep.
and tell me, how was it
Yep.
being a part of the Lavert group with Mark Gordon and also Paris? How was that?
Yeah. I mean, I
And you and
enjoyed it.
LaShawn,
I don't have
and you and
anything.
Sean was very close friends, I can tell. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Well, yeah, we really became close. You know, once I got in the
Yeah,
group, we became
Ohio.
close, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. And Mark, you know, we became close. You know, I ain't got nothing but love for that whole Levert family, you know, and the Levert tree, the Travel Records, all that. All the people, the Rude Boys, you know, men at large. I had nothing but love for them. You know, I appreciate being put in that situation and them accepting me for, you know, my
Okay, so
talent.
yeah.
You know what I
So tell me
mean?
the story how you met Levert family and then also became part of the group.
Well, it's crazy because before we were signed, you know, probably I was probably like 17, 18.
Wow.
We went in audition for Gerald,
Okay.
and he loved us. He loved us. He's like, but I can't sign y'all because I just signed the Rude Boys and I just signed
Oh.
Men at Large. He's like, but I know y'all gonna get a deal, man. He's like, y'all dope, man. Y'all too dope not to get a deal. And we did, but um that's that was my initial meeting Gerald. But then I had a mutual friend from Youngstown that was a DJ, guy named Ross Haywood, Ross on the Cross, shout out. He knew Mark and he hooked us up with Mark, the group up with Mark. And, you know, one of the guys in the group started doing production with Mark, you know, but then years later, I ran into Mark at the gym
Mm-hmm.
out in LA, and he was like, man, come by the studio, man, da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come to the studio, but I never really like hooked it up with him. But I was I happened to be in the same studio that he's
Mm-hmm.
in working with Omarion. I was doing a record for Omarion and Corrupt
Wow, Marion. Okay.
at the time. Yeah, Omarion wasn't singing, he was rapping at this time. He was
Okay.
dancing and rapping. So he had just got the Pops commercial. And and actually at this time, Nipsey Hussle was working with Mark Gordon
Nipsey. Okay.
from Levert. Yeah, so I got to meet him up there that day too. So yeah, it's so me and Mark got together. He heard all my music, what I was doing. He loved it, and we didn't hook up or nothing at that time. I think at that time, him and Sean and Gerald was planning on doing a reunion record,
Okay.
and I think they had recorded a few songs or whatever. So then Gerald passed, and I came to Ohio. Mark happened to be in Ohio now because he was taking care of his
Mm-hmm.
mom. So I came to Ohio and I went to Dave Tolliver's birthday party. I didn't want to go. I just was like, I'm cool. I wasn't on it like that. But I ended up going and I ran into Mark again. So he didn't really realize who I was at first. And then I stood up against the wall and he came over there. He was like, Rose. I was like, yeah, man, what's up? I probably looked a little different or something. I don't know. So then we hooked up right then. He was like, man, we doing the Levert thing again, man. Gerald passed, but you know, we still was doing it with another guy, but we need we want you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want you because you can produce,
Mm-hmm.
you can write,
You
and
can
you
do
can
it
sing.
all.
Like
You're a genius. You're a
yeah, he's like you
genius.
got he's like you got the look that we looking for and everything. So I ended up doing that. I ended up going to the studio the first night. We came up with like 3 songs that we put up on the album. Sean came in and gave me his blessing because he didn't know. Me and Mark was just working, you know. And then, Sean came in and approved it. He was like, yes. Yes. So the rest was history. We did I did like 13, 14 years with them, and well, Sean passed
Hmm.
at the beginning of doing the record. So but I ended up doing years with Mark, and then we got Paris into the group, and
Okay.
that's how that all came about. But right now, um, me and Mark kind of
Yeah.
went our
Things
separate
happen.
ways. We still, yeah, things happen. We went our separate ways. He's now doing the Levert Experience with the lead singer of the Rude Boys, Joe Little, and the lead singer of Men at Large, Dave Tolliver. We still all cool. Matter of fact, we might end up doing some shows together here
Okay.
soon. Cause now, leading up to
You have a new
now,
group.
I did something with my I did something with my son
Yeah.
called the Roses.
Roses. Yep.
Me and him. He's Rose the third.
Yep.
So the Roses fit us well. We put out about 3, 4 records, songs, and that did pretty good. That was a dream come true. Never thought I'd be singing with my son.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Father
mean?
and
Like,
son.
but I guess I should have known me and my father sang together. So
Yeah.
hey, yep.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a new group, a new R&B group
Well,
of guys, of veteran guys, and we are called Gordon
Park.
Park. And
Yeah.
it's myself, Blaq Rose, is James Black, is Robert Cruz, and is Dwight Thompson. Two of those guys are former members of the Rude Boys.
Okay. Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that.
yes, and actually Dwight, yeah, and Dwight actually did a little stint with Levert too.
Awesome.
So yeah, before I got there, but things. That's why you don't burn bridges and you be cool with
Yeah,
everybody
you have
because
to.
you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Turn around now. We all singing in one group called Gordon Park. There you have
And
it.
I'm so, yeah,
All
when I
you
saw
know.
that, I was like, I'm so proud of Blake. Like, I know he uses his gift. I mean, you're a gifted songwriter, producer, musician, and you can sing. And when I saw that
Yes,
you was in another group, I was like, yes, I love when
yes,
people follow their dreams. Sometimes you feel like I was
absolutely.
called to do this, but why are things taking so slow? But things take time. It don't happen.
They
Um,
do.
it
They
don't
do.
happen when we want to happen. Yeah, it don't happen right away,
They
but
don't.
it's all about patience.
Exactly.
Congratulations, and tell me
Exactly.
about the group, Gordon
Thank you.
Park. Tell me
Thank
about the
you.
group, how you guys came together.
Well, the guys are based out of Cleveland.
Okay.
And I'm in Youngstown, and like I said, I call myself like an army Swiss knife. You know what I mean? I help everybody. I've helped the Rude Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I've helped Levert. You know what I mean? So in doing that, I had develop a rapport and a chemistry with some of those guys that were in the Rude Boys before, and they got together and they added a guy named James Black. He does a lot. He produced for Anthony Hamilton. He does a
I
lot
saw
of.
you
He
was working
plays
with him too.
music.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He plays instruments, so he's renowned. He's well renowned as a musician as well and a singer. But he they got together and they did a song called 4 a.m. and it featured Little G from Silk. So they got a single out. We got a single out right now called 4 a.m. But what
I'm
we
gonna look that
did
up.
now is yeah, but we get ready to take that down because we did another version of it with me on it
Okay.
because I joined after.
Okay.
So it's even hotter now.
Okay.
It's even hotter now, if I might say so
Of course,
myself. You
because
know
you
what
you can
I'm
sing. You're the man.
saying? Nah,
You
it's
a
hotter now.
genius.
Just the mix is better. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
really
when you
do.
were singing Glenn Jones song, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "Somebody needs to send this to Glenn Jones." I mean, when you were singing from your heart. I mean, I was like, "That's how you sing." I know you was kind of nervous because,
what
um,
when was it? When I had on that pink?
yeah, you nailed that.
Glenn Jones was in the audience.
Yeah,
Glenn Jones was in
yeah,
the
and you were singing
audience.
a song.
Yeah.
I know you was nervous, but you did
Yeah.
it. You did that.
I'm never.
Or
You
do you
know
get
what?
nervous
I don't even
sometimes?
really. I don't
You
get
don't?
nervous like
Oh
that no
my
more. Like,
goodness.
nah. I've been doing this since I was 6 years
Yeah.
old. I don't really
Reason.
get I get an
Mm-hmm.
anxiousness, but I don't get nervous. I'm like, if it's a lot of people, the more people, the hyper I am to go.
Okay, but you know that
Really.
song. I've been searching. Yeah, you did that.
Thank you, thank
I would
you,
love to
thank you,
see y'all sing
thank
together,
you.
you and Glenn Jones. I would love that.
I would love that too.
Yeah,
You know, we
yeah,
we've talked about it.
cause your voice is so
Yeah, we've talked about it.
strong, and I mean, like I said, you pour your heart out. You let it, yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, you did an
yes.
awesome
Thank you,
job.
thank you.
Everybody looked, yeah, it's on his Facebook's page. He had a pink suit on, and
Mm-hmm.
he was honoring
Yeah.
one of the, yeah, he was
Yes.
honoring Glenn Jones, one of the best male singers. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. When
Yes,
you talk,
indeed. Yes, indeed.
yeah,
We actually the first show that the new group I'm in, Gordon
mm-hmm.
Park. The first show we did was we opened up for Glenn Jones.
Awesome. I mean,
So
when you open
yeah,
for Glenn Jones, that means you like one of the best, one of the best group
absolutely. Yeah,
singers.
that means
Yeah,
something. Yeah, that means
that
something
does
for
mean
sure.
something.
For sure.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
I call
Yeah.
I call him Unc though. That's Unc
Hey,
to me.
you, yes,
Yeah, for
yeah, he
sure.
deserved to be honored. Yeah. But
He definitely does.
congratulations
Definitely does.
again, Gordon Park. You
Thank you.
guys, yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
GP.
tell me about what made you decide to have your own record label, Roses.
Well, that's probably what did it right there. The roses. Like once I actually I can't say that. I had a label called Hit 'em Entertainment before too. And that's I had signed my group Who's Who to
Mm-hmm.
me, and then I did a deal with Atlantic Soul Life Records, which had Anthony Hamilton, Sunshine Anderson, group called Deep South, and Who's Who.
Okay.
So that was my first stint with like trying to do my own record
Okay.
label. It went really well. It went really well. We got a deal. We ended up having a single out with that situation. So it went really well. So, coming around to this Roses situation and the way that things are in this day and age, you know, you can independently do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And not have to worry about the majors trying to make you do something you don't want
Mm-hmm.
to do. So that's how the label came about, with the Roses. And actually my son is who wanted to do the group. You know what I mean? Because I was actually at the time I was writing a song
What's his
for
name? Your son?
my son name is
Okay,
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
They call him
Okay.
Young
Young
Rose
Rose.
though.
Okay,
Young
Young
Rose.
Rose. Okay.
Yeah, the only Rose. That's what he could think he is. The only Rose. But I was writing songs for Jodeci for their new record that came out in 2000. It's called The Past, the Present, and Future. None of the songs made it on the record because of whatever.
It's
But
business.
I was, yeah, I was writing it, and my son heard it. He was like, "I got something for that, pops." I said, "Yeah, okay," because I never knew he could write anything. I knew he could sing some, but I didn't know his extent of singing because he never really wanted to do it. But I gave him the song and he said, "Let's go record it." And we recorded it and it came out great. He was like, "Let's do a group, Pop." I said, "Yeah, right. You don't want to do no group with me. I'm too, I'm up there. I'm 20 years older than you." He's
Mm-hmm.
like, "So what? You don't?" He's like, "You don't look 20 years older than
Also,
me.
he was
So
ready.
let's go." He was ready to do it. So that's how that all came about. And I had to come up with a name. And I said, "Hey, I'm Blaq Rose. You Young Rose. I'm Roosevelt. You Roosevelt the third. The
Love it.
Roses."
Okay.
So that's how that came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, who will you say gives you some of the best business advice?
Hmm. Oh, I would have to say Dre.
Okay.
I would have to say um guy named Larkin Arnold. He was a lawyer for Michael
Okay.
Jackson. Ooh, I didn't even go into those stories. We didn't sing for the Jacksons. We didn't been to the Jacksons crib.
Wow.
All kind of stuff. Like I could really write a book
You
on
should
my
write a
experience in
book.
life. You know,
Yeah, you need
I
to write a
really
book.
should. Like I've done some of everything and worked with some of
Yeah,
everybody.
you
You
have.
know,
Yeah, you have a great
whether
bio.
whether it be yeah, whether it be featuring on something or producing or writing something or singing background for them live. You know,
I mean,
oh
you
man,
sang.
so
I mean,
much stuff. But
you met Kelly Rowland. You was her background singer.
I sing background for
Yeah,
Kelly
then that's
Rowland. I
big
sing
too. Like, yeah,
background
you need to
for
write a book.
yeah.
You need to write a
I
book.
definitely do. I
Yeah.
definitely do.
So
I
a young
definitely do.
person came up to you and say, "I want to be in the music industry." And what kind of words of wisdom you would tell them why it's important to read contracts very carefully, and why it's important to have good people around you, and
Hmm.
why it's important to manage your money.
Yes, because I would tell them to make sure that they do their
Mhm.
homework. You know what you want. And know what you don't want.
Mhm.
You know, um, stand for something. Don't fall for everything.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And definitely know the business of music, not just the art of it. You got to know the business of it too, so that way you won't be misled. You won't be able to be taken advantage
Mhm.
of. You know, and a lot of times, the snakes in the grass are afraid of people that's intelligent and know their
Mhm.
business. They say that you're
Cause
difficult,
you're not. Yeah,
but
you're
you're
not going
not.
to use me. You're not going to take advantage of me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's one thing. I never let my group be used. I never let us get walked over or done wrong.
Mhm.
No, no, I won't do that.
Mhm.
I never had nobody, no money stealing from me or nothing.
Amen.
Now I may have, like, it might be money out there that I ain't get yet, but I know about it. It's coming.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would do. I would tell them to be original as possible, but do your homework as an artist too. You know, don't just know your history of music.
Yes.
Know the artist. Know your genre of music. If you're singing R&B, you better go to the greats of R&B.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Don't ever diss the ones that came before you. I see that happening a lot in sports. These new guys, a lot of times they don't do their homework. They don't even know who this certain player was,
That's true.
but he was great. And I would say take, like, vocally, if you're a singer, take from the greats,
Yes.
combine it to what you got
Mhm.
and make it yours.
Mhm.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, and you had good people around you too, the ones who's living and not
And
living.
and also keep good
You
people
have
around
to
you. Yes. Know who's
tell
around you.
people why that's
Yes.
important, because I watch so many stories. You think you have good people around you, and then when you become well known, when it comes to jealousy, the egos, it's like,
Yeah.
dang, I
Yeah.
thought I trusted
Yeah.
you,
For sure.
like,
Exactly.
it's a team.
Exactly.
It's
We got so many examples of that. Like Selena, she got murdered by somebody that she trusted.
oh man, and that's sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you rung that up, because that's a lesson to learn to all of us. You don't have to be in the
Definitely.
music industry. You
Definitely.
don't. It doesn't matter if you famous or not famous. People like you said, people like that lady.
Hmm.
There's a lot of them out there. Hmm. You have
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
careful. You have in your corner. You have
Absolutely.
to. Yep.
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. And I would just say that in any profession, anything that you're
Hmm.
doing and you trying to do it, do your homework, do your research, know what you're doing,
Yeah, you have
know
to do
the
your
ins and out
homework
of what
about
you're
that
doing.
person.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes, yes.
Yep, yep. So
Mhm.
was it hard for you to have your own team, or you seems like you more I mean, you have
Mm-mm.
friends in the music industry.
You cut out. I couldn't hear nothing you said. Uh oh. You back?
Yeah, I'm back. It's like lost connection. My
Oh, okay.
bad. Okay. I was just
Can you see
saying,
me?
reading your bio, I can tell that you're very, very independent. You're an independent artist, and
Yes.
some people have a team, but seems like you want to do your own thing. And you're in the group, but you still want to
Yeah.
be your own person. Was
Yeah.
it hard to
I'm very
do that?
hands on. Yeah.
Yeah, was it hard to do that?
Um. It wasn't hard. It was different because at first, being signed to record labels and stuff like that, that you get used to somebody else handling all your business.
Mm-hmm.
But but once I went the independent route, I said, hey, first of all, you gotta have this to put in people's pocket. I don't want nobody working for me for free. You know, of course, from the beginning, it's a grind, and you might have to take some cuts or something. But I learned enough to know what to do. You know what I mean? Where to go, what avenues to take, and it's always great to have somebody that can go the extra mile for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and my group, we have that person now. You know what I mean? So that's gonna be a lot better for me to just focus on the music.
Right.
You know?
Okay. So,
Yeah.
what's the name of the resources everybody can find you at?
You mean like my social
Yeah,
medias
yeah,
and stuff like
resources
that?
like social media. Yeah.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at BLAQROSE. Black
Okay.
Rose I am. You can find me
Okay.
on Facebook as Black Rose BLAQ space ROSE. But now it says Roosevelt Griffin, which is my my government
I
name
saw
because
that.
of the check. You have to say your whole name. Yeah, because of the blue
Yeah.
check, you got to say your whole name. So Roosevelt Griffin on
Okay.
there,
Okay.
and then on what's the other one? TikTok. It's at the Roses by 24. That's what it is. At the Roses by 24.
Okay. So,
Or just look up my name,
okay.
Roosevelt Griffin. Stuff will pop up, or Black Rose. It'll pop up.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Okay. So, before I
Yeah.
end the show, can you sing us a song?
Oh my goodness, I
If
really
you feel
can't.
like it.
I'm so full of sinus and stuff like
No,
that.
it's okay. Well, don't do it then.
Yes,
I don't want you. Yeah, don't do it then. But what I was honored to have you on my show. Yes, I was honored to have you on my show.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for your
I'm gonna sing
patience.
something
Thank you.
because I don't want it to be known like, oh, he couldn't sing live, so I'll sing a little
They know
bit.
you can sing.
Oh,
Hey,
so
y'all.
long
Go
for
ahead.
this night I pray. That's all I really got for
It's
you.
okay. If you guys want to listen to him singing, download all his songs on every platform. He had
Yes,
videos
the
on
roses.
Facebook.
Yes,
Roses is on. He has
yes,
videos on Facebook. Yes, all his music is on all platforms. When you say platform, Apple
absolutely.
Music, YouTube Music, Spotify, and iTunes.
Yes,
iTunes. So make
absolutely.
sure you
Everywhere.
guys
Yep.
follow Blaq Rose. He is a
Mhm.
legend. He worked with a lot of
Yes,
um, yeah, popular people, R&B. Yeah, he worked for a lot of
yes,
people in the R&B industry. Yeah, a lot of
yes,
groups.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
so one more thing. What's the next project with Gordon Park?
Well, like I said, we're gonna re-release a
Okay.
single. We're gonna shoot a whole new video for it,
Concerts, tour dates. Okay.
and and then we got more music coming out. I just did a few more songs for Gordon Park. Um, James gonna do a few more songs, so we're gonna come with an
Awesome.
EP here shortly, and concert dates are to be announced. We're working on that right now.
All right.
We're working on
Keep
it
me in
right now
touch
as we
because I'm
speak.
always announcing R&B concerts and tour dates on my
I definitely
show.
will.
I love doing that
I
so
definitely
everybody
will.
can know. Yeah. Well, thank you
I definitely
again.
will keep you posted.
Yeah, thank you for your patience. Get well. Yeah, well thank you for your patience. I enjoyed your story
I
and I
appreciate you.
can't wait
I
when you release
appreciate
that
you.
book.
Absolutely, because this is much
Oh,
more.
you got a lot of history. I know.
It's
Yeah.
much more.
But I
Yes.
enjoy it though. I enjoy
I
reading your bio.
appreciate
I
you.
was
I
like, oh
appreciate you.
man. Yeah, I said this dude was talented. I have to bring him
Hmm.
on my show. Yeah. Well, thanks again, and let's keep in touch and have a good weekend.
You too. Thank
All
you for
right.
having me. Appreciate
Oh,
you.
it was honor. It
All
was an
right. Good
honor
night.
to have you.
Oh,
All right.
yes.
Yep.
Good night. It was an honor to be here for sure.
Same here.
And you got to get Gordon Park on here soon.
Go to. Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do it this
Yeah,
summer.
they definitely do that. All right, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it in summer. Just let me know. I believe May or June. Yep. Just let me know.
Okay. Sounds good.
All
All right.
right. Talk to you later.
All
All
right.
right.